Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here, okay? Child, you are now in the den, okay? Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. This is my review recap for Sistas, The Letter, Season 5, Episode 4. Why are we here, y'all? Why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we here? What are we doing? What are we going? Where are we going with these stories? What is happening to me? We gonna relax, relate, release, y'all. Because I don't know what's happening. I don't know where the stories is going. I don't know why are we getting more Q? Why is Q getting a bigger storyline? Why are we seeing him more? What is happening? Why do we have more annoying people, okay? Deja is annoying to me. I don't find it cute. I don't find it funny. She's another annoying ass person, okay? We have Q, who is annoying. We have Hayden who's annoying. And now we have Deja, who is annoying. Enough, y'all, enough. But nonetheless, I digress. Okay, we gonna go ahead and get into this episode. We gonna take it from the top, y'all. Okay, we start out this episode basically where we left off at, right? We have Zach and Fatima. They here at this daggone gym. Of course, he done messed around and called her Karen name, and she is over it, and she is like, listen to me right now, okay? There's some things that you don't know about me. And he's like, no, I know everything. She's like, no, you don't. There's sides of me that you don't want to see. There's sides of me that come out that scare me that I don't want to show. Okay, I don't like when that person starts to rise up out of me. So when I'm telling you to let me go and let me calm down and go through what I need to go through, then that's what you need to do. You need to listen to me. You know, I will tear stuff up in here. And of course, Zach is over here telling her he don't care. You know, tear it up if you need to. Do whatever you need to do. He was like, you know, why you always got to go there? And, you know, she just was like, listen, I'm about to slap the mess out of your behind too, okay, if you don't back the hell up. And he's just like, okay. You know, she's like, let me go, okay? Let me go. So she go ahead and snatch her hand from him and walk away, right? He was saying, of course, that it was a mistake, you know, that he don't have no daggone feelings for Karen or whatever the case may be. The reason why he calls her Karen is because she was saying her daggone name over and over and over and over, and it was a slip, all right? And I do believe Zach when he is saying that. Now, here comes Deja not even 2 seconds later, waiting in the cut, walking her raggedy behind over. Oh, I was watching. That was really intense or whatever. So he's like, listen, no, please go away. Like, I don't want to be bothered with you right now. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead about your business. And she's like, oh, well, you know, since you're here, meet my friends. He's steadily telling her no. But, of course, she's still going to call her friends over and want to introduce them, you know. I don't even remember what their damn names was. I think it was Maria and Jill, okay, with no damn chill. So he like, yeah, nice to meet you. You know, can you get out of here and can you take TLC with you, all right? Now, he's like, I want to get back to my workout so I could go home and work. Oh, well, no, he said so I could go to work. She was like, you work from home. He said, yeah, but I still got to get back there. I still got things to do, unlike you, okay? So she talking about some look I saw what happened and I wanted to come over and check on you. He's like, nah, I'm good. Then she want to tell him about some, you know, oh, I'm going to be late on the rent. Like, how are you moving in a new place and we already talking about being late, child? But Zach is even saying, like, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Take care. Okay, she still don't get the hint. She's still saying we could work something else out and you know what I mean. And it's like, no, girl, I don't, okay? I don't want your daggone butt. I want my damn money, all right? He ain't say that. I'm saying that. So he was like, you doing too much. Like, get the hell up out of here or whatever. And she's saying, you know, she ain't going to tell nobody. He was like, please put your leg down and please get your behind up out of here, right? And she said, since you asking nicely, you know. And he was like, all right, goodbye. I'm done. Go. So he was basically like, you doing too much, girl. And she is. So he was like, you know, Fatima's with all the shit. She right there. You got dangerous shit around here. And you standing here talking to me, whatever. I'm done. I'm not trying to be nice. You know, here she go. Oh, you so fine. I mean, she's just begging for it at this point. And so she finally get her daggone raggedy behind out of there. And Zach got her, you know, back to working out or whatever, right? Now, in the meantime, We go from one damn annoying person to the next annoying person because Q is walking out the room with this chick. I don't understand how he's pulling all these chicks all of a sudden now. Excuse me, y'all. Nobody seems to know how trash he is. You know, he all up in her face. Oh, you fine, you fine, you fine. And he gonna sit his nasty ass sneakers on the damn table. And Calvin basically knocked them shits off the table, rightfully so. You know, Calvin sitting here sipping his tea, his coffee, whatever it may be that was up in that mug, child. It probably was a strong ass drink because watching this episode, I felt like I needed one. And he just staring at him and looking at him. He ain't saying a word. So now when Q walked back over to the table, he talking about some, oh, how rude, you knocked my, sneakers over. He was like, you sitting here looking mad or whatever the case may be. And he all smiles and cheesing. And Calvin was basically like, how could you sit here and have, this big smile on your face and acting like you happy or whatever the case may be while Maurice is in jail? He over here talking about he got a job that he got to check into. And he was like, can you believe it? And so Calvin was asking him, how can you live with yourself? And he was like, how do you mean? Maurice was good to you and this is how you do him? He was like, oh, well, he shouldn't have been out here doing dirt or whatever. He shouldn't have been in on it. And Calvin was like, he wasn't. And he was like, yes, he was. You don't know him like that. And that's why you big mad. And he was like, I know him a whole lot better than I know your lying ass. And so Q talking about, well, now he's in jail. And Calvin was like, you okay with that? And he said, hell yeah. And I'm like, Calvin, did you really have to ask? Like, you stupid too, because you was the one that was pushing, feeling all sorry for him, telling Maurice to let him live here or whatever. And we all knew he was damn trash, okay? But now you got your wake-up call and you see that he is trash too. So he over here just the cheesing from ear to ear like he ain't got a damn care in the world. And he was like, I cut a deal and it was like cake and all this other stuff. So Calvin talking about, so you did flip on him. And he was like, yeah, duh. And he was like, what the hell is wrong with you? He talking about, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm good. What the hell is wrong with you? So Calvin basically was like, and you could stay up in a man's house like that and think you just gonna chill. He's still talking about, hell yeah. He was like, you can't put me out. You ain't on the lease either. And he was like, I know everything or whatever, because Calvin was like, what the hell you talking about? He was like, oh, you didn't know? He told me everything. Like, who told him everything? Maurice? I'm confused. So he was like, I know how that shit works. So Calvin was like, oh, so you know how a whole bunch of illegal shit work, huh? And he was like, yeah, better than most. And so I don't know why Calvin was holding all this damn conversation, child, because it wouldn't have been me. He over here asking Calvin, like, you gonna hit me? And he was like, no. So he was like, good, because your punches is soft like Maurice ass. So he got ahead to get up, to get ready to get up out of there, whatever the case may be. And come to find out, because Calvin just was sitting back looking at him like, yeah, okay, or whatever. And he get up to leave and we see Calvin go to the bedroom door and be like, oh, you could come on out. So I'm like, who's there? Who you telling to come out? Who was waiting in the cut? Child, this was the one smart thing that damn Calvin did, okay? He actually had a locksmith already waiting there and said, change all them damn locks, put a deadbolt on the biggest one that you could freaking have. Get to it right now. So I said, good. That was one smart damn thing you did out of many dumb things, okay, Calvin? Your brain was working when it came to that. So he was like, yeah, let's see how his ass like that or whatever the case may be. Right when he come back, them locks will be changed. But knowing Q, he's still going to find a damn way in, okay? It would not surprise me because we in Tyler Perry's world. Now, in the meantime, you got Deja in the damn locker. She want to be bragging, talking to her damn girls. Oh, he's so cute. He's so fine, child. Okay. Oh, I'm about to sing on Mickey. Anyway, y'all, he's so fine. And, oh, yeah, I'm going to find another way to pay him that money, child, because I ain't going to have that rent money. He cute, isn't he? And this and that. And lo and behold, of course, surprise, 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 when she turned around from talking about Zach and how cute he is and how fine he is and how she loved looking at him and whatever the case may be, who's standing there with their arms folding up looking at her. But Fatima, first she gonna talk about, oh, girl, I thought you left for church. And then she's like, oh, I thought you was supposed to be at work or whatever the case may be. And so Fatima's asking her, who are you talking about? And she was like, oh, just this guy. I know he's real cute or whatever, And Fatima still ain't crack a smile. She looking at her like a daggone dummy while she's sitting here giggling and the damn girls is behind her giggling. I said, so you and your friends is damn dummies, right? So anyway, Fatima was like, why would you say that shit or whatever to me? And she was like, well, technically, girl, I wasn't talking to you if we really being real about it or whatever the case may be. I was talking to my friends. And so they still sitting there giggling like a bunch of damn hyenas. And so Fatima told her, in the mood that I'm in, I will whip your ass again. And her friend was like, what do she mean again? And Fatima was like, oh, they don't know about the hot tub in the backyard. And she was like, nah, she didn't beat me like that. She didn't beat me like that. They was like, oh, is this the one? And Fatima said, yes, I am the one, okay? And so she was like, you need to go ahead and get your ass up out of here. And, Zaja tried to get cute and be like, I'm not worried about this chick or whatever, right? And of course, Fatima ends up coming and smashing her damn arm over and over and over and over and over and over and over in this locker room door while the girls is just looking, okay, shocked and appalled. And they go running off, and Zaja talking about, what good are they? So I said, is her arm broke? Do we have a scratch on the arm? Is the arm red? Is it really hurting any type of way? Because, girl, what's happening? Of course they come outside and they like, oh, we need help in here. But then at the same time, you blocking Zach when he's trying to go in there saying you can't go in. Girl, which one is it? Do you want help or not? So he coming in here with his damn eyes covered talking about, don't be naked. Don't be naked. There's a man in here. Fatima, where you at? Where you at? He was like, what the hell? And then Deja want to fall on him talking about some thank you, help me, Zach, saying you crazy as hell. And so Fatima told him, like, this is your final warning. And Zach is telling her, I'm on your side. Come on, you got to go to work. You cannot be in here, doing stuff like this. And Fatima still saying, you got it to Deja. And then Deja's like, then Zach rather says she got it. So Zach was still trying to stand there and be like, I'm sorry or whatever. And Fatima was like, come on, bring your ass on now. And Zach still saying, I'm sorry. And he was like, please just still have that rent on the first, okay? The rent. And Fatima was like, bring your ass on, all right? And so as we move from there, we got Pam coming in. Apparently she got the key, child. Everybody seemed to got a key to somebody's damn house where they could just walk in. And her mama's there like, hey, what's going on? She like, nothing. Just came by to check on her, make sure she's good. She was like, I'm handling everything because, mama was like, is everything good at the shop? She's like, yeah. She was like, you can handle it, right? She was like, yeah, I'm on top of it. I'll keep them bitches in check. And she's like, wait a minute, I'm in stylist, okay? But she was like, so she's fine. And she's like, yeah, she's fine. She just has to be on bed rest, doctor's order. And, Pam, like, the baby's fine too. She's like, okay, well, good. That's good news. Can I stop in and see her for a minute? So, mama over here talking about, I swear, are you going to work her damn nerves like you be working mine? And she's like, no, I promise. Okay, I'm not. She was like, telling Pam that she would lose it if she do. So she was like, I promise. She said, okay, go ahead. So she was like, well, you go and take this or whatever, right? And give her like some pillows and a blanket to bring into Karen. Now, I have to say, Pam been stepping it up, okay? Pam been stepping it up and coming through. She kept her mouth shut. She have been there and she have been holding, Miss Karen down. So she come up in the room like, hey, girl, how are you? And Karen is in there, bored out her damn mind. So she even had to be nice to damn Pam, child. She just was like, I'm good, and Pam let her know she was good to, happy to see her and all that and good to know that she's doing good. So she was like, girl, she gets a call and she was like, I'm going to have to go ahead and call you back, all right? And, she just starts to tell her, like, she's glad that her mom is there. She's glad she's doing good. She's glad she's getting her rest. She like, girl, about how long you think you're going to be out? And Karen was like, about a week. She said, yeah, I can handle that. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I know what we need done in the shop and how to hold it down. Okay, I can manage a week. That's not too crazy. And she's asking Karen what she doing. And she was like, I'm writing this letter. She like, ooh, girl, to who? Okay, what is going on? Who we writing? And, she just tell Pam to sit. So she actually, I couldn't believe it, child, apologizes to Pam for last night and was like, I was out of order. And Pam was like, what? And she was like, I had no right. I know you was checking on me and trying to make sure that I was okay. And so Pam was like, are we having a breakthrough moment, child? And, Karen got to be like, look, I'm sorry, okay? She just want to move past it. And she was like, I don't know what's going on with me these days. And I said, girl, we don't know either. We would be so happy when you find out. So, Pam was telling her that she do look better or whatever. And she was like, well, my mama ain't letting me doing nothing. She won't even let me, get the hell up out of here or whatever. So Pam was like, well, I know that she's doing the right thing and she gonna take good care of you. So then Karen asked, like, did you tell Aaron I was at the hospital? And she's like, no, girl, I told you, okay? You know me already. Mum's the word, child. So she was like, then how did he know? She was like, I don't know. But then Pam actually is the one that uses her damn brains and was like, wait, doesn't he know a doctor down there? So she was like, oh shit. All of a sudden Karen want to think, that's right. Oh my gosh, she probably told him so. Pam was like, wait a minute, isn't that against the hip hop law? Child. Okay, only Pam. And Karen is like, HIPAA law. And she was like, well, girl, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, isn't it against the law? So, yes, it is, right? And she was like, damn, that's probably why he didn't want to tell me. And Pam is like, oh, that bitch, like, how dare she? So she was like, shit. So Pam was like, what did you do? Okay, Karen Mott. So she was like, I said nothing. She was like, well, actually, okay, she admits that her dumb behind called, Fatima, whatever the case may be, and thought it was her, right? And so, in the meantime, she trying to make sure that Pam know everything to do with the damn salon. And she's like, yes, I got it. And she's telling her, call her every night, and so that she could verify that she getting everything done. And she basically was like, I know, girl, I know what to do. She like, no, I need you to go ahead and write it down. So then Pam takes out her phone, acting like she writing it down, but apparently, she didn't. And Karen takes the phone because she was like, oh, it's gonna be a lot more than that or whatever, right? And then she was like, let me just write it. And she's like, girl, you wasn't even typing nothing this whole time. I said, Pam, I don't blame you, okay, girl? But moving on from that, we basically had, who was next, y'all? I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. We actually had Aaron. We could see his behind actually at work, okay, doing some work. And Mama done called him and was like, is this the accountant? And he like, huh, what? And she was like, preacher man, okay, is this you? This is Karen Mama. So he like, oh, okay, how's she doing? Yeah, it's me. He was like, what's going on? She said, I want to see you tonight at 8, and just a heads up, okay, I will be cooking or whatever. We're going to have some conversations, and Zach is going to be there too. So here go Aaron. Oh, are you sure that's a good idea? And she's like, what do you mean by that? He was like, oh, because he be stressing her. No, Aaron, if anything, your ass be stressing her. But if we really want to keep it real, we need to stop pointing fingers and being like, Aaron is stressing her. Zach is stressing her. Fatima stressing her. The person that's stressing Karen is Karen, okay? Let it be known. If we really want to keep it real and tell the truth here, child. Tell the truth and shame the devil. And so basically, Mama hang up and she calls Zach afterwards and lets him know the same thing. I'm going to need you to be here at 8 o'clock. Zach talking about, wait, what? She was like, yeah, I need to talk to you and the accountant. He like, the accountant? She was like, the preacher, whoever he is, okay? So he was telling her, like, I don't know about that. I'm going to have to talk to my girl. I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to let you know. She was like, well, she could come first. As a matter of fact, give me her phone number. Zach talking about, no. Okay, you don't want to do that. We not going to do that. He was like, I'll ask her. She said, okay, you ask her, but whether she come or not, you need to be your behind there, okay? Do we have an understanding? Zach tells her, yeah. So she was like, she can't let Karen be stressed out no more, and she want all this to be hashed out. Now, to me, this is stupid, okay? The letter is stupid. The meeting is stupid. I'm over it. I feel like, why does your mother have to come in and be a mediator and get stuff together for you, who is a grown-ass damn woman, and with 2 grown-ass men? Like, everybody involved in this is grown. I get the sentiments, and I get what her mother's trying to do. And if this is something that could possibly work, that she finally is the one that could get through to Karen and get to the bottom of what the hell is going on, because she's probably tired of hearing, one side from Karen and one side from this person and all of that different kind of stuff, and have it resolved once and for all. Maybe it is a good thing. But I just feel like, what are we doing here? Okay. So moving on from that, we had Danny call Andy and tell her, like, Calvin said he got this 20,000 that could go towards Sabrina's bell. She's like, oh, well, that's great, but she haven't even got offered bell yet. And she's like, we don't know nothing about nothing right now. And so we're gonna have to go ahead and find out all that information first. Oh, well, did you talk to Robin? Oh, no, I didn't, but I just got in here and I see that his office door is open and that he's in a meeting, but I have to give him, a minute. I cannot go in there now while they having the meeting. And Danny's like, girl, go in there, okay? Go in there. This is about Sabrina. It's like the only one that is worried about damn Sabrina is damn, Danny, and she about to bust a damn blood vessel in a minute. And so in the meantime, I'm like, wait, hold up. Wasn't Aaron in London? Okay, Aaron was in London. He was meeting with people, and that's when she first was saying she couldn't call him to Danny. Now, all of a sudden, this morning, he's back at the office in a meeting. I was like, okay, I guess that's not impossible because he do own his own jet, and he do be coming back and forth or whatever the case may be. We gonna play along, but child, can we please keep up with the damn stories that we are telling? Because yesterday on the Oval, I noticed that they said a damn autopsy was done last week. Then this week they talking about it wasn't done when it was toxicology, child. So I need y'all to be consistent. I'm just saying, all right. But anyway, supposedly he's back here, and now we are waiting to speak to him. And so, of course, Danny is getting frustrated, and she's like, get on it and get back to me, or whatever the case may be. So now when she hang up the phone from her, we goddamn Q being walked out and introduced to her, talking about he a new damn employee. And, the guy's like, oh, I'm going to leave you here for a minute or whatever. And Q want to act like he rapping to damn Danny, telling her she the most beautiful thing, you don't believe me. Guys don't be telling you that. And she's like, listen, it's not the time, it's not the day. I got passages going, I got stuff to do. Can you go along? Okay, of course she don't know who Q is. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Okay, Mr. Perry, now you gonna bring him in and have him taking over Zach position, supposedly? Like, all this time they didn't have nobody to fill in Zach position, and they gave it to Q raggedy ass. Y'all trying me, boy. Okay, then after that, the guy that was Mr. Married Man that was at the airport, he's back, and he's saying hey to Danny, and, checking in with her, whatever the case may be, and saying call him about dinner. And Danny is like, yeah, maybe. They sitting here smiling back and forth at each other, or whatever the case may be, right? And then Calvin calls, and she's like, Calvin, I haven't heard nothing. She was like, you really do care about her, huh? He's like, yes, I really do. Of course I do. She was like, yeah, I've been through a lot. And he was like, yeah, I know. He was like, I just was trying to check because I am worried. And she was like, well, I'll let you know, okay? He says, okay, I won't call again, unless he hears something first, right? And then he will call about that. And so then they go ahead and get off the phone. Now, child, Fatima is here trying to relax, relate, release. Okay, she is at work, and she is doing this daggone meditation in the office with her eyes closed, and Andy is coming in there like, girl, what is happening? What are we doing? What is going on? So she was like, girl, just give me a minute. I'm trying to meditate. I'm trying to center myself. It's something new, a technique that I've been trying out for a little minute, and I feel like I'm almost there. So she's like, well, what exactly happened? And, Fatima was like, girl, you keep asking all these questions. Okay, you're going to interrupt me, and I'm not going to be able to finish anyway, so what's good? So she's like, I'm sorry. She says, what's going on? So she tells her everything that happened with Karen, and, Andy is like, what? She was like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. She was like, wow. She says, I know she had a lot going on lately, and I actually wasn't able to find her for a bit, so I need to go ahead and, catch up with her and see what's happening, because maybe she is, but before she could get the rest of it out, Fatima was like, she's tripping, okay? That's what she's doing. She is tripping really hard. And then Fatima was like, on top of that, or whatever, that, Zach had called her name. So Andy was like, oh, hell no. And she's like, yes, girl. And she was like, okay, well, what did you do? She was like, this gave her flashbacks and triggered her with her ex. So, Andy was like, I could understand that, but Zach is definitely not your ex. And then she tells Andy, too, about the whole, she feels like he's still in love with her. And then, Andy like, nah, girl, he not. Okay, trust me, at this point, it's pretty clear that he loves you, all right? He is not still thinking about, Karen. Of course, they've been through a lot, and there's a process, or whatever the case may be. But nah, he don't love her. So she was like, well, why do I still feel like he do? And, Andy was saying it's just going to take time, or whatever the case may be, right? And so, Fatima like, yeah, okay. So in the meantime, Andy had to give her a reminder, like, girl, well, you are, still at work, in case you forgot, okay? And, I was still waiting for you to bring me this file. Do you remember? So she's like, oh, yeah, girl, I am at work. So she go ahead and pass her the file or whatever, right? Now, in the meantime, she go back to the office and she finally calls and checks up on Karen, and Karen is telling her about the whole doctor, what they said, and that her mother got her, locked down or whatever, and that she's sneaking to make this call because she was like, why the hell are you whispering? And she was telling her she missed her and the girls too, and that maybe they could come over, when her mother says that it's okay. But then she hears her mother coming and she like, okay, girl, gotta get off this phone. Bye, 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 bye. Okay, call me back. So now when Andy hangs up with her, she makes another call or whatever, right? And she calls Danny and she's basically like, girl, he's still in the meeting, but I was calling you about something else. She was like, I spoke to Karen and, she ended up going to the hospital and everything. Right now she's on bed rest. Her mother got her there or whatever. So don't call her. And she was like, girl, how you going to be saying something like that out of the clear blue sky? So she was like, is she all right? And she said, yeah, she says she is. But, basically her mama got her locked up with her feet up in the bed. So Danny was like, okay, what you're really saying is don't tell her about Sabrina, but do call and check up on her. So she was like, yeah, pretty much that's what I'm saying. She was like, is that what you mean? And Andy was like, yes. She was like, exactly. Now I have to go. I'll talk to you later. So Danny was like, Andy, she was like, girl, you know what? I think I've forgotten that when you get that long dong from Gary, who's clearly, okay, putting it all the way up where it can reach so far up in your body that it goes into your damn brain, girl, you can't talk straight, all right? And it takes your brain cells. So that made me laugh. I was like, yeah, because sometimes Andy do be acting like, she's a little slow. But she was telling her, like, Sabrina should be your priority right now. Get on that, girl. And Andy basically says, yeah, she is. So, we move along from there, and Zach wants to come to the job and basically talk to Fatima, tell her about everything that Karen mom is saying. As a matter of fact, before that even happened, Karen mom come in the room, bring her something to drink, check on her. She was like, girl, yeah, I know you was on the phone. And she lets her know, like, they coming, I called them. She was like, wait a minute, Zach and Aaron is coming, you called them? She's like, yep, they will be here later. And she lets her know that she had even invited Fatima, but she's probably not going to come. And she's like, oh, why did you do that? Who told you to do that? Mama, why would you do that? She was like, what is it? Why are you getting so upset about that? She was like, you can't just be inviting her to my house. You trying to stress me out more. She was like, no, I'm not trying to stress you out. I'm trying to get to the bottom of all this shit because I'm tired of the foolishness. So she like, mama, please. And she was like, what did she do? What could she possibly have done? She was like, she ain't gonna do nothing because I'm gonna be here. So finally, Karen is like, I cussed her out. She was like, for what? Why would you do that? She was like, oh, because I thought she had told Aaron about me being at the doctor. So her mother was like, and did she? And she was like, no. She was like, and if she did, what would have been the problem with that? I said, yes, come through, mama, okay? Because I need somebody with sense to talk to damn Karen. So she talking about, well, what exactly is your issue with her? For real, what is happening between you and her? Oh, well, I don't know, okay, mama. I just don't want to like her, okay? She's cool peoples and everything like that. But I just want a reason to be mad at her, okay? She's a cool chick or whatever. I said, yes, finally, another damn truth for you, Karen, okay? How the hell did it feel to finally speak the damn truth? But her mother was like, speak now. And then she was like, or forever hold your peace. And then her mother was like, yes, exactly. So she was like, get to finish writing them damn letters now. So now, she was like, they gonna be here 8 o'clock or whatever the case may be. So now, we get to Zach calling Fatima and being like, he's here at the job. And she's like, what? He was like, yeah, I need you to step out. I need to talk to you. So he's just telling her over and over, like, girl, you are the one for me. I love you, okay? I'm not in love with no damn Karen, and I need you to trust that. I need us to stop, rinsing and repeating this over and over and over. And he's telling her about how Karen mom want him to come and that she's cool peoples and she will listen to her. And if anybody could set her ass straight, it's her. And he was like, she even invited you too. And she was like, oh no, Zach, I ain't doing that, okay? Because I ain't gonna be no more bitches. I need you to handle this. I told you to handle this or whatever. She was like, yeah, that's not happening. And he was like, yeah, I told her that already, but she was like, so are you going to go? And he was like, if it's okay with you, yes, I will. He over here talking about you about to bust up out this dress and this dress is dressing right now, whatever, right? So she was like, shut the hell up. But he was like, no, come on, seriously, I need us to be on the same page. You know, if you tell me to go, I'll go. If you don't want me to go, I won't go. So she was like, all right, whatever, yeah, do it. And he was like, you know, don't do that. Don't say whatever like that or whatever. So he basically was like, you know, he is going to handle this. He's on top of it. He thought that he did before. And she was like, I know you thought you did, but obviously you didn't, okay? So he was like, can you just not be mad at me? And he was like, look, I'm sorry, okay, or whatever, right? And I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I definitely don't want to be giving you no reminders of that damn dude. You know, that's my fault. I'm sorry, or whatever the case may be. Like, come on, you know, can we basically be on the same page, right? So he was like, I hate seeing you mad like this. So she was like, okay, well, I'm working on it. And he was like, I get that. So, you know, we come to some type of, we on the same page, at least for a minute, between Zatima, okay? So he was like, he gonna set it straight. He got her, and that's the end of that. So when they walking out, of course, Raggedy asked, you know, Hayden is lurking in the damn shadows, and he talking about, what is he doing here? You know, I'm supposed to have order protection on him, and you know, Fatima was like, you may want to double check that. So he walking in damn Andy office without knocking. And he talking about, yo, what's going on? Because I just saw Zach up in the office and I got a protection. She was like, well, you may want to go talk to Robin about that. And he was like, for what? What exactly, you know what I'm saying, what I'll be talking to him for? In the meantime, he's telling her she need to take a peek in Robin's office too and see who he's talking to and be worried about that. And she's like, what is you saying? What's your point? She was like, what do you want? You so annoying. Like, who did what to you? Was you getting bullied? Was you getting bothered? I'm trying to understand why you act like such a damn kid. This is a damn law firm. You know, we supposed to be grown adults coming in here to work. And every time I turn around, it's some shenanigans and foolishness with you. So he's basically like, yeah, whatever. He was like, all I need to know is you're right. We are all adults, and there's one adult talking to another adult in that office right now that's been talking for a really long time. So you may be wanting to worry about that. And she's telling him how, you know, I think it was paragraph 45, page 9 or whatever, says that, you know, if it's something where a person is a client of yours, then they could still come in on the premises. So he was like, yeah, but he's not no client or nobody in here. She was like, actually, he is. Remember, I was his lawyer on his case before. So he could come in here and see me, right? And you can't do nothing about it. And I love when they make damn Hayden feel stupid for 2 seconds or whatever it may be. And so, you know, when it comes to that, they can't prevent a client from coming in the office. So now he just keeps saying, like, you know, I think you better pay attention and you better look to see who's up in that office and be worried about that. And she keeps saying, can you please just get the hell up out of my office? You need to go. You know, when he is finally ready to turn and walk out and leave, Fatima is getting ready to walk in just as he about to, you know, walk out or whatever. Because she was like, I don't care who's in the office. And he was like, I bet you do. I think you shouldn't, you know, need to. I can only imagine what they're saying about you, right? So I'm wondering, like, well, who the hell is this, right? And I said, it got to be damn Gary ass, because who else is it going to be that is going to have, you know, her interest, or she would be worried about them talking to Aaron or whatever the case may be. And I said, Andy, you mean to tell me you wasn't paying attention to who was in the office all this time? Because you damn sure told Danny that he was in there with some damn, who was it? I forgot what she said, but she said he was in there with collectors, distributors, something, right? In this daggone meeting, and she couldn't go in there right now and talk. So you mean to tell me you've been in here all this time and you wasn't paying attention to who was in there, and you still trying to play it off now and be like, oh, I don't care who's in there. That's not my business. That's not my concern. All I know is that I want you up out of my office now, whatever the case may be. And of course, you know, Hayden being Hayden, he's still going to just be picking at it and trying to say smart stuff. So that's when she was telling him, it's a law firm, not a damn daycare, okay? You act like a damn toddler. So, you know, she's looking kind of curious now, like, what are you talking about? And he was like, just go in there and see who he's talking to or whatever. So she was like, boy, just bye. Get the hell up out of here or whatever, right? So now when he finally goes to walk out the door, okay, we got Fatima coming in, and she just like, if you don't get your ass up out of here, bye. Get the hell out or whatever, right? Excuse me. So she was like, move, hurry your ass up, you know. Fatima don't care. She don't be having no respect for him. So now she was like, girl, because, you know, Andy's like, he's annoying. She was like, girl, isn't he? I was like, girl, isn't he? Okay, we all tired of his ass. But she was like, we got bigger problems than that right now. She was like, child, Gary up in the office talking to Dan Robin. She was like, what? She was like, yeah, he's in there right now holding the whole conversation with Robin. And I'm like, for what? Why are we having Gary come there to talk to Robin? And this is why you are so stupid sometimes, Andy, because you sat here and went back and had sex with this man. For what? In your damn house, the same house that he just was ready to sue you for and throw you out of and take everything that he freaking ever bought you back. Child, they working my nerves, y'all, okay? And in the meantime, we seeing everybody but damn Sabrina and Maurice, okay? But that was the episode, y'all. Y'all put it in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this and what the hell y'all think is going to happen with all this damn Q foolishness, Gary foolishness. Put it in the comments, y'all. Let's discuss. Okay, like, comment, share, subscribe if you were so inclined. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky.